Reports have it that North Korea is preparing to test fire long-range missiles as early as within the next week. In the face of international pressure and sanctions on North Korea, the regime is stepping up its propaganda campaign to idolize its young leader. And a Korean master at the ancient game of Baduk, which is also known as Go, will take on a sophisticated AI program in a match in Seoul this March. Hello and welcome to News Today on KBS World. It's Thursday, January 28th. I'm Luke Clary. Japan's Kyodo News reports that North Korea is preparing to test fire long-range missiles as soon as within a week. This comes in the wake of the regime's fourth nuclear test on January 6th, and concerns are mounting over additional provocations from Pyongyang as UN sanctions against the regime remain undecided.
Japan's Kyodo News pointed out Cheolsan County in North Pyongan Province as the impending long-range missile launch site. Citing a Japanese government source, the news agency reported on Thursday that an analysis of recent satellite images detected signs of a long-range missile launch. Kyodo News said that the missile launch may take place as soon as within a week. Indications of additional missile launch by the North have surfaced as the UN Security Council is still discussing more powerful and comprehensive sanctions against North Korea for conducting a fourth nuclear test on January 6. In addition, Kyodo News warned that new missile launches are likely to bring tougher sanctions on Pyongyang, since the UN Security Council has already banned North Korea's ballistic missile tests. In 2006, the Security Council had adopted a resolution on North Korea's long-range missile development, which urged the international community to stop assisting North Korea with missile-related materials, technologies, and funds.
Top diplomats from the U.S. and China have discussed sanctions on North Korea following its fourth nuclear test early this month. They agreed on the need for tougher sanctions, but remain at odds over the severity of the response. Here's more. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry and Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi held a marathon meeting that lasted 3 hours longer than scheduled. Denouncing North Korea's nuclear test, they agreed on the need to levy new, stronger sanctions on Pyongyang.
To try to achieve an understanding about the strong resolution that introduces significant new measures.
However, the two held different stances regarding the details of the sanctions and China's role. Kerry urged Beijing to be proactive in pressuring the North, saying that the new sanctions must include considerations of commerce between China and North Korea. The Chinese foreign minister, however, stressed the need for recognition of the North Korean government, saying that while new sanctions are necessary, they should not threaten Pyongyang's regime.
制裁不是我们寻求的最终的目的，要把半岛核问题重新拉回到谈判解决的轨道上来。
He further called for a detailed review of the U.S.-drafted UN resolution demonstrating the contrast in views. Following the high-level meeting, Kerry met separately with Chinese President Xi Jinping to discuss sanctions against the North. In the face of international pressure and sanctions on North Korea, the regime is stepping up on its campaign to further unify the people and idolize its young leader. This blind loyalty has given rise to a number of preposterous slogans. Let's take a look.
Young men break the ice and jump into the river barehanded to make a bridge. These female workers are busy breaking the rocks with their hammers.
물집이 터져 밥숟가락조차 제대로 잡지 못하게 쓰리고 아팠지만 또다시 힘있게 한 말을 들어잡는 기뻐하십시오.
When the power plant was finished, thousands of construction workers got together to sing a song glorifying the North Korean leader. And a special documentary aired ahead of the late Kim Jong-il's birthday next month emphasized current leader Kim Jong-un's activities and pressed viewers to show their loyalty to the Kim family over generations.
김정은 동지의 용도를 순직하게 받들어 나가라고 간곡하게 하신 그 말씀.
From a propaganda slogan that claims North Koreans can lift the earth if Kim Jong-un believes in it, to the songs glorifying Kim Jong-un, the regime's endeavors to solidify its hold on power and idolize its leader are escalating. Experts believe that the recent developments may be North Korea's way of preparing its people for another arduous march that may begin when tougher UN sanctions against the North are finally imposed.
A Korean master at the ancient game of baduk, which is also known as Go, will take on a highly sophisticated AI program in an exhibition in Seoul this March. It's man versus machine as Lee Se-dol squares off against the creation of U.S. tech giant Google for a prize of $1 million.
Google's AlphaGo is the AI computer that is challenging Lee Se-dol, a 9th Dan pro and world champion of Baduk, or Go. AlphaGo previously defeated a professional Baduk player. The computer program defeated European Go champion and ethnic Chinese 2nd Dan professional Fan Hui last October, winning all 5 rounds that they played.
And we're very excited about it, but it is just one rung on the ladder towards solving artificial intelligence.
A supercomputer has previously defeated the world champion in chess, a comparable game. However, Baduk is far more complex, with numerous variables and an astronomical number of possible moves. Even a supercomputer requires an enormous period of time to calculate the possibilities.
If you ask a great Go player why they played a particular move, sometimes they'll just tell you it felt right. So the one way you can think of it is that Go is a much more intuitive game, whereas chess is a much more logic-based game.
Lee Se-dol said that he accepted the challenge upon concluding that the match is significant in the history of Baduk. The match will be held from March 8th to the 15th, with the first player to win 3 out of 5 rounds being named the winner. The prize money is $1 million.
It's exhilarating even just to imagine skiing down the slopes of the Alps covered with fresh, natural powder. But according to our next report, many amateur and professional skiers prefer skiing on artificial snow. Here's why.
The Cheolsan Alpine Center uses only artificial snow. Skiers check the snow's firmness ahead of the course inspection training.
자연설일 경우는 이렇게 찍으면은 아예 폴이 여기까지 들어가거든요.
At the start signal, the skiers speed down the slope to enjoy the exhilarating thrill given by the artificial snow. Unlike the natural hexagonal snow crystals formed while floating slowly down from the clouds, artificial snowflakes made instantly by a machine do not have any hollows. So it's easier even for beginning skiers to control the speed and direction on artificial snow than on softer natural snow. Game organizers also prefer artificial snow. For instance, it takes only 1 meter of artificial snow to make a 60-centimeter deep snow layer for skiing, while 2 meters and 50 centimeters of natural snow are needed to do the same job. Moreover, global warming has caused the amount of snowfall to decline worldwide, further boosting the importance of artificial snow.
Getting a driver's license in Korea is set to become more difficult this year as skill tests, which were abolished in 2011, will be reintroduced. Let's take a look.
This is a venue for the technical section of the driver's license test. To pass, applicants need only to stay in a lane for 50 meters and perform an emergency stop. The test ends in just 2 minutes, and almost all of the applicants pass.
실제로 연습을 직접 많이 하진 않았는데 유튜브로 이제 영상을 좀 보고 와서 했더니 금방 딸 수 있었습니다.
The number of traffic accidents involving new drivers has risen since the driver's license test was made easier. To address this problem, the difficulty of the technical section will be ramped up. The test course will be lengthened to 300 meters, and the number of evaluation categories will be increased to 7 by re-implementing difficult sections such as a slope and a T-shaped course. Instead, education for the written test will be shortened from 5 hours to 3.
응시자의 비용 부담을 최소화하기 위해서 노력을 했습니다. 이번 개선안을 도입하면은 평균적으로 약 7, 8만 원 정도 인상이 예상됩니다.
The police plan to introduce the new driver's license test as early as in the second half of this year, after completing the renovation of test venues and driving schools.
More than 80% of patients in remote areas and nursing homes have been found to be satisfied with telemedicine services. The services have also been determined to be clinically effective in remotely monitoring diabetes and high blood pressure patients. Here's more.
A doctor at a general hospital uses telemedicine technologies to examine a person who has sustained injuries. The patient is a resident living on one of Korea's islands.
뇌출혈과 경추 골절 그리고 긴장성 기흉 소견이 보이고 있습니다.
The doctor prescribes emergency measures right away, and the patient is transported to a hospital via air ambulance. This elderly man has suffered from chronic hypertension for 3 decades. Thanks to a smart device, he can check his blood pressure daily from the comfort of his home without visiting a hospital. A survey has found that more than 80% of residents in remote areas who have been receiving pilot telemedicine services since March last year were satisfied with their quality. Telemedicine services offered by public health centers to diabetes and hypertension patients have demonstrated clinical effectiveness as well. On the whole, glycated hemoglobin levels in diabetes patients fell by 0.63 percentage points from 7.98% to 7.35%. In hypertension patients, systolic pressure dropped from 131.3 to 128.1 millimeters of mercury. The government plans to further expand public telemedicine services this year to island areas and military units based in remote regions.
The Chicago Symphony Orchestra will perform in Korea this week. The concert has drawn the spotlight for its world-renowned music director, Ricardo Muti. Here's more.
Italy-born orchestra conductor Ricardo Muti is known for his charisma on stage. Lauded as one of the best conductors active in the world today, Muti will perform in Korea on Thursday with the Chicago Symphony Orchestra.
한치의 오차도 없는 지휘를 통해서 음악이 가장 객관적이면서도 정확하게 전달될 수 있는 방법을 알고 있는 그러한 마법사 같은.
The Chicago Symphony Orchestra is known for a perfect ensemble of vibrant and extravagant sounds. Since Ricardo Muti took the helm in 2010, it has earned global recognition beyond the US on par with European orchestras.
지금은 모든 섹션이 다 훌륭해요. 제가 지금 이때까지 있은 중에서 지금이 정말 최고의 수준이 아닌가 싶어요.
Ricardo Muti will also visit Korea in May to open an opera academy for aspiring young musicians.
Pots are indispensable to any kitchen, and the kind of pot you use can even have an effect on how your food tastes. Today, we sort through the wide variety of pots available and determine some of their best uses. Here's more.
Pots are among the most commonly used tools of the trade when it comes to cooking. There are many different types of pots, from those made of stainless steel to reinforced glass. Here's a comparison of nickel, silver, stainless steel, glass, and cast iron pots, the 4 most commonly used pots in the kitchen. First, we pour in equal amounts of water in each pot and measured how long it takes for the water to boil. The water in the nickel-silver pot came to a boil the quickest in just 2 minutes and 28 seconds, followed by the stainless steel, glass, and cast iron pots. How did each pot do in a taste test? People were asked to sample the meat cooked in each pot and put a sticker in the column of the pot they thought had produced the tastiest meat.
양은 냄비 같은 거는 너무 좀 비리고 좀 퍽퍽했는데 그 무쇠 냄비는 좀 부드럽고 맛있었어요.
The meat cooked in the cast iron pot won the most positive votes in the taste test. What made this meat in particular taste so good?
무쇠속 같은 경우에는 은은하게 열이 전도가 돼서 또 은은하게 열이 빠져주기 때문에 그 냄비 안의 온도를 일정하게 지켜줘요. 그래서 특히 육류, 고기와 같은 것들을 조리하셨을 때 육즙의 손실을 최소화할 수가 있습니다. 그래서 좀 더 감칠맛이 나고 좀 더 맛있다라고 충분히 느끼실 수가 있는 거죠.
Nickel silver pots, which transmit heat quickly, are perfect for heating up ready-to-eat food or cooking namyeon. But you should avoid cooking acidic or salty foods in a nickel silver pot, since acidity or salinity can cause aluminum in the pot to seep out. Easy to wash stainless steel pots are good for all sorts of cooking styles, from frying and stir-frying to stewing. The strength of the glass pot is that they don't generate any harmful substances, and their transparency allows easy viewing of what's cooking inside. Choosing the right kind of pot for the kind of food you cook can produce a much tastier and healthier result. Try it out in your kitchen.
Now we'll take a look at the markets, followed by the world weather. And that's it for this edition of News Today. Thanks so much for being with us. We'll see you again at the same time tomorrow. Goodbye.